All right, Master's Path. In the idea of following the path of self-mastery, we are using this challenging weapon form to improve our Tai Chi and to get us ready for any sword fights we may face. So let's go from the top, and we will run the whole thing, not too fast, and we'll take a look at the next move. I believe we are on the lift knives, left and right. I don't think I got any questions from light crane stairs on one leg or diagonal push knife. So we'll move on. And we can always go back if you need help on something that happened earlier. I know. We're doing this for you. Not just because we like to talk on camera. So let us know. All right, we'll run the whole thing. Then we'll work on it. Begin. Walk through pace. Give you enough time to copy the feet if you're not overthinking it. And like I said before, I'll try not to speed up. We'll cover these moves today, the lift knife, left and right. We only do 2 right now. We could do 4. We have more space. For lady horse shuttles, don't do turn around over the head hidden knife yet. Turn around over the head, hidden knife. Second one, slice up. Golden rooster, double jump front kick. Hidden hand punch. Under. Heel kick. Right crane. Under. Toe kick. Over the head. Straight forward. Turn around. Push both. Repeat. Okay, the form wants to go faster than that. Just so you know, that's not like the speed I would practice it. I go a little faster. But intro. You'll find with this weapon, mics and things are falling down, but I think it's all right. Yeah, mic's still in place. Okay, yeah, so, lost my train of thought. How fast to practice this? Of course, slow at first. But the momentum of the weapon, in my opinion, sort of encourages a certain speed where you go slower and it's fake fighting it, where it doesn't really happen as much with the empty hand form. So the same principles apply. Okay. Brief review, I guess, we have time, so brief review on white crane and stands on one leg and diagonal push knife. So we start from, after we come around for turnaround hidden knife, we have the saber in our right hand. Finally, for those of us who are right-handed, slice down while we blocked up. Review of white crane stands on one leg, both hands circle the same way on opposite ends of the counterclockwise circle, coming past the knee, and the knee comes up. And then the hands kind of start to do the same thing, but not really. Step to diagonal, brace the sword, shift, and push the blade like you're pushing it into something. Let's do that again. A couple more times to review. Circle the arms. Don't cut the hand, left comes inside. Lift the knee. Circle the sword at least. Brace it once it's past the hand. Don't chop it. Diagonal push knife. And remember, it's diagonal push knife from my feet, not from, I'm not going diagonal here. It might not be exactly vertical, but I want to get it pretty close. Have feet in diagonal, double dragons. Okay, one more time. Circle in. Come up. Circle. Brace. Push. We'll start there. Look at the lift knife left and right. If you have any questions about how to get there, send them in. lift right, left. The footwork always reminded me of brush knee section of the empty hand form, where you're going brush knee 2, 3, 4, left, right, etc. So I'm going to shift back and turn to the right a little more, and that starts the sword back. While it's coming back, I'm going to shift and step to my left foot forward, double dragons, no longer diagonal, going towards the mirror, towards your left wall. Shift to the left, turn to the left, and cut up. We'll go through and we'll talk about the details more in a second. Shift back and turn to the left. Breaks the sword, like before. Oh no, not before this form yet. This is new now. So it's like press. Shift, step to the right before, double dragon. Shift to the right, turn the waist to cut up again, your right side. Brace with the left. And you want the blade to get basically horizontal, cutting up. Okay, let's do that a couple more times and we'll break down. Shift back, turn to the right. Step with the left. You can step in, step out if you want, but it's not beginner class. So shift to your left, turn to your left, slice up. Shift back, turn to your left. Brace the sword, step with your right. Shift to the right, turn to the right, cut up. Two more times. Back, turn. Step, shift, turn. Back to turn. Step, shift, turn the waist. Okay. Cool. One more time. Back, turn, shift, step, shift, turn. Back, turn, shift, step, shift, turn. Okay. So, let's break it down. I'll show it coming at you. So, I'm starting diagonally, but I'm going to come towards you. All right, what did you notice? Can you see the angle of the blade? Well, one thing you'll notice is it didn't do this. It didn't go out to the side and then come back in. It pretty much stayed in a plane, like there was a kind of a wall on either side here, like a square line or something. So not exactly, but when I go back, it's not out to the side, and when I shift forward and come up, it's basically cutting up, even though it's slightly from my right to my left. Two common mistakes, or issues at least we'll say, that come up with this. One is that, I'll go diagonal now so you can see it kind of 3/4, is that I might come up here and I feel like it's too much in the wrist to get the sword to be there. Like I can't get the sword to come all the way up where it's blade pointing straight up parallel to the walls, right? If I don't shift and turn, then that's true, and there's not enough slack or give in my arm and wrist to get there. When I sink into my front leg and turn the waist, the wrist is barely flexed at all. Like if I kept the wrist the same, it's just like that. No, I moved it a little bit, but there it is. It's just like that. It's not weirdly twisted in any kind of way. It's a comfortable grip where you have control of a knife to slice. That's the first common mistake is, oh, I can't get my wrist there. Don't get your wrist there. Get your hip and your waist there. Second thing I see happen, oh, and then the left arm, people don't know what to do with it. Just have it in a natural sort of place out in front of the shoulder a little bit. Again, I'm not trying to pull it way back, but my body turns. My body turns and it's just still there. Last thing I guess that usually goes weird is the continuation of the cut. Let's call it that. So from the side now, from the normal angle, when I'm coming up, I don't stop here and then just start a new one. The cut is continuous. So the cut, always imagine the cut. I'm slicing up, lift knife. It's really kind of like a chop up. But then when I shift and turn back, that turns into a continuous slice. And then it's slicing. Imagine you're going through water and how you would get least resistance out of the blade. So it comes back, it's still cutting, even though I'm turning and moving away, it's still cutting. And when I step and shift and turn, it's again cutting. So watch for leading with the side. Always have that idea of slicing in the weapon. I'm picturing issues, yeah. So a couple more that come up is this final position could feel very uncomfortable in the shoulder. If you don't get it quite there, that's all right. Keep the shoulder relaxed, extend through the arm, and use the left to help support. And similar to the right, if it's hard to get there, sink into the front leg, turn the waist. See how close that gets you to feeling stable and supported and not strained in your final position. I mean, you can't hold it forever, especially if you have a sword that's kind of heavy. These wooden ones aren't balanced great. They're kind of heavy at the end. So, it doesn't hang out there. It goes there and then it does something else. So, don't worry. All right. Let's practice a couple more times together through these. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know. Lift back left. Nice and slow for now. Lift back right. If I'm not saying it clearly, it's lift knife. Just like you would lift your knife. Begin. One more time. Shift, turn, relax the waist. Step, shift, turn. Feel a loose waist. And with that, I gave away the last thing I was going to say, which is it's all in the waist. And this turn isn't obvious how that's in the waist, or it wasn't to me at first. It seems like the wrong direction. Like, in my mind, the waist was just like this way. But see if you can feel it connect the waist. When you get it, it'll feel like you didn't do as much with your arm, but it still went in the right place. That's all I can think of right now. So let's practice from the top through the lift knives a couple times. We'll preview straightforward push knife as well. With names, step up 7 stars left. Step up 7 stars right. Step back, white crane, spreads wings. Turn around, hidden knife. White crane stands on one leg. Diagonal push knife. Lift knife left. Lift knife right. All right. Let's do that 2 more times. Begin. And then the preview, step back, step in, step right, step left. Straightforward push knife happens over and over again, as you might have noticed in our running the whole thing. Which we'll look at next class. All right. Again, any questions, comments, suggestions, send them to me, or anyone, and they'll get to me. And out to each other. All right, master's back, dismissed.